Hi, welcome to our reading for February 2017. Remember, it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which sign symbols, bells, whistles, messages, energies resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, praying about. We're all children of God. We're all psychic. We're not all going through the same thing at the same time, at the same pace. So see what feels right for you. It could be one sign, and that brings you clarity. It could be the whole reading. It could make sense later. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest, greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. How you ride these energetic waves that come through here is always up to you. Is it your wave? Is it not your wave? Are you waiting for another wave, preparing for that wave, crashing into the wave, riding the wave, or ignoring the wave? Also, feel free to make this an interactive video if you want to pull some cards for yourself. And if you have some time, try to check out the musical playlist below. See if there's more depth for this reading for you in any of those songs, or just enjoy the music. I love you guys so much. I missed you. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy the reading. I'll see you in a moment. Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to our February 2017 reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's begin and see what kind of energy is coming through for the month. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. Let's get clarity and focus on the energies coming through for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and wisdom to ride these energies best. Let's start with one card and get a nice focus and foundation to February 2017, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Well, Capricorn, this is probably you or someone else you know, but I mean, it's the Knight of Coins. So earth sign Capricorn, it could be a Virgo, it could be a Taurus, but it's getting started the right way, doing it right this time. I feel like it's usually help. It could be another earth sign or somebody really grounded coming through, getting on board, doing something with you. I feel like this is the friend. This is the family member you get along with. You know, like, you call this family member and you go on vacation. It's cool. This is the person you're cool with. It could be somebody new coming in your world that you're just cool with, like right off the bat. Like you get each other. I'm getting like, I heard telepathy. Like you almost don't have to say. I feel like this person gets what you need. Like I get like work in the garden energy with this card too. Like, you know, it takes a lot. It's hard to work in the garden. It takes a lot of physical energy, preparation. You know, you have to go and gather. It takes a lot just to go in the garden and spend it underneath the sun and to start something through a whole season and then another season and everything different in each season. It takes a lot. It also takes a lot of learning. I feel like this night is the hands-on night, hands in the dirt, you know, grounded. This night's a little bit slower. You know, he or she takes their time. It's not about the rush so much. So take your time. You could be helping somebody else learn how to take their time. I feel like that might be you helping somebody else get grounded so they don't rush into something. I just saw like starting something, and never coming back to water the garden. You know, you have to come back and water the garden and take care of something and be there and, you know, check the weather. I just saw like when the frost comes, you know, you have to like, it makes me think of, we have a fig tree. And we had to take care of it like a little baby when it got cold and like bundle it up with burlap and all kinds of things so it's cool until it's not so frosty out. And then we, you know, unbundle her. And, you know, you have to take care of each thing appropriately. Sometimes something's out of its element. you know, and it needs a little extra attention. So maybe there's someone around you out of their element. They need a little extra hands-on attention to something so they can get started. Maybe they rushed into something really fast. They thought they could do it. They thought they're really good at this all the time, and it's just something different, or it's a different scenario, or a different, I'm getting company. So maybe this is someone in your company at your job, or a help. I'm hearing family too. I'm getting family and work. Both. So maybe you have help at home so you can do something at work, or it's taking a little time out at work so you can be with your family, maybe some friends. I see this night as like the one that packs the lunch, you know, prepares the meals beforehand, knows when to get off the horse and have a picnic, knows when things aren't going right, when to pray, and then just do whatever you need to do. Clean up the mess, you know, get into the motion, do something. I'm getting practice, whatever you need to practice. Just get on the horse and practice, you know, until it gets easier, until you're not saddle sore, you know? And it's anything, even with like something at the gym, or something with like a grip at first, or even like playing the guitar. You know, sometimes it's really hard the first few days because, you know, you get calluses, but then you build up a nice like protection, and it doesn't look the prettiest, but you can be a badass on the guitar and play some beautiful music, you know. But there's always that rough patch first before something is strong enough to handle. So if you go through a rough patch, pull the weeds out, you know, clear the space, clear the clutter, do what you need to do it right, so it's not something you trip on later. You know, you don't want to always have to go around something, have to always go around an obstacle to get used to going around something all the time. Just make it easier. Make your path straight if you have to. You know, if you have to go around something and that's the straighter path, then go around something and learn that if there's a big rock or a big obstacle, I'm getting like, I see a garden and I see like a big, almost like megalith just standing there. That probably has a lot of beautiful energy in your yard if that is there. So maybe just let it stand, you know, pull the energy from the earth and circulate and do what it has to do, especially if there's quartz in there. I'm seeing a really big rock. Like if somebody knows that, like, that's my rock, like that's my rock. I go there to meditate. That rock. I know that sounds weird, but I have a few rocks, like important places that you feel good on. It's almost like you ground your energy there and you just know it's your rock. You know it's your spot, your little place. When you need to go to that place and meditate and relax and pray, get your energy back, go to your rock, you know, go to your man cave, your, you know, I want to say like your woman spa, or like spot. Like I always see like a bubble bath with, when I think of like an oasis for women. I don't know. I always see like candles and bubble baths. All right, let's see. I want to say Aries. Maybe there's something with Aries, or doing it first, or you started something first and now it's time to finish it, or do it the right way rather than, you know, false starts at something. Do it the right way and know it will, Capricorn, be long lasting. And I mean, this is you. You know how to be the Clydesdale. You know how to do it all and to somehow make it work. You know how to do a lot, like extremes, and find a balance in extremes. You know how to like work hard and play hard. I get like laughter. When I think of Capricorn, I always find their laughter endearing and infectious. Like you just feel better around the energy. At least I do. Because you feel better. You feel like even if something sucked, you know, or like a situation went on, it's like you lift the spirits of that situation and see how it was a blessing, or see the light in something so it's not so heavy to carry around, and it like lifts it up and lets it go, and you don't have to drag it with you anymore. You know, you take what you need, what you can handle, and you can handle a lot, so don't take on too much. This card shows you have help, Capricorn. You have help. You don't have to do it all yourself. If somebody comes through and they offer help, it's coming through for a reason, because maybe that you need to do something else. Maybe your energy is better suited somewhere else, even if it's just sleeping, you know, or getting you on the move somewhere else. There's something, you know, I feel like you'll know where your energy is worth being placed and when to place it there and with whom to place it with. If that made sense. I see a lot of growth, and I must say you have this sexy stallion here that you put on some badass armor that looks like it's gold to make it look like a unicorn. So you're standing out, even though you're like, you know, on the ground, you're doing your little like thing, like you're showing off a little bit. You know, you're not afraid to show off a little bit, show how strong you are. I want to say be a little bit aggressive when you know you have to be. You don't have to be like grounded and stable and I want to say like boring all the time. You can like, you know, I'm going to say like doctor something up, make it beautiful, spice and make yourself like spiced up somehow. You know, sometimes that's the way through. Sometimes you need to make an entrance, Capricorn. Like let yourself make an entrance. I'm getting even fashionably late, or you know, just, I feel like you walk in the room and you're just like, everyone knows you're there. And I feel like you're like, I want to say a peaceful presence in the room, but I feel like you need to be a little more dramatic. I feel like they're usually expecting something kind of calm, and I feel like there might be a moment of drama coming through, whether that's your drama or someone else. It might be you being peaceful if it's somebody else's drama, and there might be a time where I'm getting boring, where things are just, and I'm hearing like laughter, where you just might need to break the silence somehow and just say like, you know, it's not like I'm getting like that out of place thing, but it gets everybody to laugh, or like, oh, it breaks the ice, you know, like there was an elephant in the room the whole time and it just took somebody pointing out the elephant, and it's okay. We all see the elephant and it's good. That was sort of weird. All right, let's get another card for Capricorn. I like the unicorn thing. He also has like he or she, you can't tell who's in there. So Knight could be a male or female. There's also the Taurus energy and the Aries energy pretty prominent at the top here. So, you know, maybe another Taurus. I just heard a hothead. Don't be a hothead. There's someone around there. Help ground them. See that? I feel like if there's something that comes up, it dies down fast. So just let it die down fast and then keep going. All right, let's get another card. Clarity for Capricorn for February 2017. And we have the High Priestess. So, oh, this is a hard card to explain. Archangel Haniel to feminine energy. When this is knowing what to say, knowing what not to say. You know, knowing how to walk through that gateway the perfect way. Following your hunches, Capricorn. You know, when you get a hunch about something, follow that trail. Know that you're right. Follow your instincts as well. It all works together with the High Priestess. She makes sense of everything that doesn't make sense. And sometimes it just doesn't make sense, but you know you have to do something, or you know you feel something, or you know something's right, or you know you had to say something. You know, it's having that like helpful energy come through. It's also recognizing when helpful energy is coming through for you and grabbing that and taking that nugget, that seed, that wisdom, that whatever it is that is meaningful to you in your world that you needed, and planting it, nourishing that seed and paying attention to it and seeing how it grows for you in your world. Because it's just, I always get like with the High Priestess, you know, you only see a part. There's always something deeper in the background, like a whole ocean behind her. You know, there's, what is here? The whole universe in this case is behind you. So how do you explain the whole universe in a book or a chapter or a phrase? You know, sometimes it has to be through a feeling, you know, through a story, through a connection like a song or an energy or an experience. It has to be something like that to explain it. And you have to allow every page to unfold as it should. You can't expect to understand everything about a whole, like if this is a person you're getting to know, you can't just know everything about them all at once. You have to allow each page to unfold. You can't reveal everything about yourself to somebody else at once. You have to allow each day to happen, each growth spurt to come, each new season to come back around, so you know how to do it better the next time, because you gained your wings the last time. You gained some insight in this that other time, and then it all starts flowing together and working better. So when the High Priestess comes through, Capricorn, it's really up to you to know the right and the wrong, to have discernment between what's beautiful and what's meaningful and what's valuable to you and what is just bullshit. And it's always sifting through all of that all of the time. It's also sifting through that energy in yourself and others. You know, sometimes you go out into the world and you're at the store and you just absorbed like some weird fight that was going on in the supermarket over here, and some kid yelling over here, and the person didn't hold the door for you there. Or you go in another place and everybody's helpful and beautiful and loving, and what can I get you here? And you just came from one environment that felt weird, and now you're in another environment that feels beautiful, and it's adjustment to all of that. And it's hopefully recognizing that you can't always help walking into the weird environment, but you can adjust how you feel and how you absorb it. You don't have to absorb what is somebody else's bad day. You can just maybe try to hold the door for them and just let them be on their way and have your day, you know? And then try to take the energy that you feel, regardless of where you were, and bring that energy you want to circulate and you want to feel into that new place. And then, you know, I'm getting like pay it forward, something like that. But this is like doing it for yourself too, you know? Knowing what's good for you. Knowing what's really right inside of you, what's really true for you. And it's sometimes really hard to explain to anyone else if they didn't have that experience. Sometimes there are others there that sort of had the experience, but they always have their own perception upon it. You know, it's never really your shoes, your eyes, your soul. You know, you are very, very special here to know something. So when something comes through and it feels like it's lighting something up in your soul, Capricorn, like it's meant for you, it's knowledge that you want to plant and do and something you want to pursue for the long haul, that's meant for you. Listen to it. And when something keeps coming through and it makes you feel icky, or there's energy being depleted somewhere, or there's information that doesn't feel right, or it takes you down the wrong direction or down the wrong road, then trust that too. It's just showing you, like, you know, back up and go a different direction. There's a better direction for you. There is always a better way through with the High Priestess, and it starts by tapping inside of you. It's having those deep psychic insights and those dreams that come true and that deja vu and those feelings that you know, and you just start to trust it more and more. It starts to, I say, not that it wasn't real, but become more a real part of your everyday world, because it's starting to happen all the time. So maybe you were starting a journal, writing down even synchronicities. Like today I thought of this song and it came on the radio. It could be little things like that. It starts small. It doesn't have to be like big prophecies. You know, it could be, hey, I was thinking of my friend and they walked in. You know, write down how often that happens to you, Capricorn. When you see it down on paper, it might be, like all those little things might be in like a lot. More than synchronicity, more than quinkadink. You know, like miracles going on right there. You never noticed, right in front of you. You know, and it just takes maybe putting it down so you can actually see how often it happens. You know, and the more you pay attention, the more you start to see your own signs. Like, why do I always see feathers? Or why do you always see, I heard ladybugs. Maybe ladybugs, or a certain flower, or a certain totem animal, or a phrase, or something like that. Or you get a feeling. You know, sometimes it's like an itch. Sometimes it's like an itch, something like that is drawing attention to something, to pay attention to something different. It's almost like a little, like, you know, I picture like a, I know this is funny, but every once in a while I feel it's like an angel comes by and like just takes his feather, and it's like, you know, like just sort of tickles you a little bit to sort of like wake you up out of like a thought or whatever, or pay attention to that thought or that thing, or look a different way, or wake up, or I just heard hiccup. You know, to get over something, like, go over it, jump over it. Like I see leapfrog. So it's just to like come out of the hole maybe, you know, and maybe it's sometimes just a little tickle, you know, pay attention to the tickle, to the chi energy going around and where you're actually placing your chi energy, by the way. Pay attention to your thoughts. Your thoughts are things. If you're placing your thoughts in worry or on worry on a person or a situation, that energy, that worry energy is like a big weird cloud thing creating a big like web on that person or that situation so it can't break free and find a solution and figure out how it needs to adapt to a situation. You're putting more like tension and energy on what needs to grow. You know, I see something like, I'm thinking of like our tree, you know, and eventually it's going to have the sun. It's going to start to get warm. It's going to want to stretch out past the burlap bag and the plastic and start to grow something. So we're going to have to let it out so something can expand and have some growth, even though it was protected before. So maybe something was small or protected, or you were afraid to let it out. Maybe it's time to let something out, but know when it's time, when it feels right. Not what the book says necessarily if your particular season is different than the book. Go by your gut. Go by your instinct. Don't go by what somebody else experienced and their instinct. That's just a marker to help you have somewhat of a connection with your own experience so you get your own experience. Even if you read about someone else's experience, listen to it, hear about it, it's never yours. And you're always going to take your own interpretation on it. So this is coming back to you. Listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. That's definitely this night. Just take your time. Take your time, don't rush. You'll know what to do. You got like, I mean, I feel like this is also, I want to say, God, your angels, the universe, really coming through to give you signs deep inside of you that make sense to put it all together. I get like as above, so below. You know? Your higher self and your instincts. Let it flow. Just let it flow, you know? Let it open up slowly. You know, if you need to work on a certain lesson, if you have, I see like classical music, you know, if you have a song that's a little more difficult than the last one, give it a little extra attention. And once you get it, it flows. You know, once you get it, like in your pattern is good, you don't have to work so hard. It goes much better. But sometimes you have to give a little extra in the beginning and it's a little hard until it becomes more natural. You know, even like a martial art, a dance, something like that. You know, it might feel uncomfortable in the beginning, but once you get past those like growing pains, you gain the right muscle, you know, the right, the right strength for whatever it is you're dealing with. Here, it's probably spiritual strength to deal with something. But like once that muscle gets strong, you're good. You're good. It's not so hard the next time and you get it. At least you get it. Sometimes you can't explain it to somebody else, but at least you'll get it a little better. So let's get one more card for Capricorn. On the High Priestess. I mean, this could be just recognizing those things that are valuable for you. And it's also giving value to someone else. You know, knowing the right thing to say at the right time to the right person to get them to a place where they're looking for somebody and they need a job. You just heard that this person left that job and this person would be perfect. It's knowing what to say at the right time. You know, that was coming through. Maybe somebody's going to be at the right place at the right time for a job. Like sometimes it's not about the big pile that's in the office and all the resumes there. It's just talking to the right person at that right moment, right when it was right. You know, and that's the person that gets through. So, follow your instinct, but be patient with results, you know. They might still have to go through the rest of the pile, you know, to make sure that they give everyone the proper chance, even if you got that job right away. You know, I see like someone getting in, you got in the door, it's your job, but they already have all these appointments for all of these people who think they have an interview and they just have to give it a go. And maybe there's someone who's good there, but it's pretty much your job. You got it. You know, you'll know. All right, let's get another card for Capricorn. This is the Winged Enchantment. It's all birds. I hope I have the book. Did I bring the book? Or is it in the other room? I have it. All right, let's go. We're good, Capricorn. All right. One more card for Capricorn February. And we have the Kingfisher. That's a cool card to come through. 18 makes me think of the moon. But the Kingfisher is a cool little bird. It knows the right catch. It doesn't go after the biggest fish. It leaves those big fish to the big birds. That's too much work. It knows when the perfect fish is there. And it only goes for that one. And it like gets its catch every time. This night gets its goal every time. You know, you might have to wait for the right fish to come. But when it comes, grab it. You know, do what you have to do with it. That's cool. Let me let you see this picture. It's pretty nice. It's like you're creating your own pathway through it looks like it's behind like a speedboat or something. All right, let's see what this is. 18, it's also a 9. That's also completion. So this is like a good start and a good ending. Good cycles all around. Make sure every cycle is completed and started properly. Don't start too many cycles before you finish the last one, you know? I see like canned fruit or like jarred pickled fruit and vegetables, stuff like that. All right, let's see. 18 is Kingfisher. I am Kingfisher, master of the deep. I am the retrieval of the past. I am seeker of the unknown. I am the one you send into the darkest waters of the mind. Oh my, that's definitely the high priestess here. I am where am I? I am discovery. I am the extraction of what hinders movement. I am restoration. You have hidden something beneath your surface. I will release you from that which ties you to the bottom. Things might come to light now. Indecision must be washed away. I am the promise of new warmth in abundance. I am the one who restores the calm. There is no greater catharsis than the renewal of consciousness. Oh, this is a nice reading, Capricorn. Something's waking up inside of you and getting you moving, doing it the right way. It's like awesome wake-up call, like inner wake-up call. You know, like it was in front of you the whole time. You just see it different now. There's like a different filter, or that filter's been removed and you see clearly. I just heard I can see clearly now. I'll put that below for you. You are the release. You are claimer of the dark waters. You are subconscious alignment. You are Kingfisher. All right. I hope this was helpful to you guys. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon.